Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to Victoria 2. We just finished our Mexico campaign, which went absolutely 100% terribly. So we did a poll in the Twitch chat between Serbia and Sweden, and I guess Persia was also there, but we're not going to talk about them. And Sweden did win our small little vote there. Fantastic. Trade policy. Let's just go for, protect the Swedish economy. So our goal for this campaign is to essentially form Scandinavia. We do have cores over all of Finland as well, but I mean, going to war with Russia could definitely be a little bit dangerous unless we have Prussia as an ally. No, they will not be my friend. Okay, well, first things first, crank up expenses, decrease naval expenditure to nothing, increase tariffs to, let's say, 68%. That seems okay. So right now, we are a constitutional monarchy. We're in 11th place. We are overlords of Norway. I'm assuming there's going to be some way to actually integrate them. And then Stockholm, we will get some soldiers. That seems fine. We're already at 3.99%, which actually is quite a bit. The Conservatives are currently in charge. They are state capitalist, protectionist, jingoist. Overall, actually, like a pretty good party for us. Also, what natural resources are here? We got some iron. So you know what? Let's make our first factory. We have no money. Okay, we'll wait for until we have some money. Also, we have these really cool uniforms. Restoration, splendid isolation. No, Britain should be able to do whatever the hell they want. I usually find that to be a little bit more interesting. Go straight for prestige game. Because I think we want to try to become a great power as soon as we possibly can. Also, how do I integrate abandon Finland? High consciousness, we lose prestige. We also lose infamy. Reform the Kalmar Union. Prestige at least 50 is a great power. I mean, if we have 50 prestige and we're a great power, we can actually automatically do this. Like, really easily? Surprisingly enough. Machine parts factory. We can get you done. Gain 5 prestige. Ideological thought. More research gain. Form colonial army. So decisions. Yeah, I mean, I see no reason to abandon Finland. That seems like kind of a mistake. But we'll align ourselves with the Danish. Have a nice Nordic alliance going. I mean, we just did a Scandinavian campaign in Hearts of Iron 4, so, you know, why not do it here as well? Can we actually build a machine part factory? No, because we don't have the technology for it. Machine parts are... lumber mill, luxury clothes. What makes machine parts? Unless we do have it, I dismissed it. Cannery, textile mill, glass factory. I mean, I know it's something in here. I mean, it's gotta be. Pit coke. Power loom. Not under medicine. It's interchangeable parts, right? Yes. So the interchangeable parts do is possible. We get 5 prestige out of that basically for free, which I think is quite nice. Again, we're in 11th place. We have 29 score. Cost ability against the British. That seems like a no-go. And if we want to look, who's ahead of us? It is the Dutch and Belgium, 43 and 40 points respectively. So I think we can definitely get our way up to great power status without too much problem. And we need to industrialize as fast as we can. We do have 80% literacy rate, which is actually incredible. Like, for in 1836, 80% literacy rate is insane. So our research bonuses will be pretty nice, I would say. By the way, can I attack you for Finland? Acquire all cores for Sweden. Oh, no, because you're only attacking for... Wait, you own the Islands? Okay. Didn't really expect that. But again, if I was to do that, I would want, like, some sort of alliance with some major European power that can actually maybe put a little bit of pressure on Russia? I actually do start off as a kingdom. I thought you started off as, a republic. There we go. We solved our question from last time, or from earlier, which, if you watch this on YouTube, I guess you don't know. And again, if you watch this on YouTube, I do recommend you come over to this Twitch streams, watch everything as it actually goes live, because it's going to be a lot more fun if you are, you know, part of the community and tell me how bad I am at the game and that I should, abandon parts of Mexico. By the way, what's this army made out of? Absolutely no artillery pieces. Okay, well, you're going to be pure artillery then. Throw all our troops into Stockholm. We're down into 12th place now. So we want a... Steel mill is very expensive. We can probably just take out a loan. 6,000 bucks. Okay, that's actually not a ton. We got the Finnish Navy around here. I mean, we do want our land. I'm assuming Russia's going to give that over to Finland at some point, or they're just going to annex Finland, which seems quite possible as well. We are losing money. Increase tariffs to 100%. Tariffs always make you some good money. It means our industry is a little bit less than stellar. But I mean, we should be fine. Norway's got 12 divisions, Denmark's got 21. I mean, Russia, of course, has a large army, right? They are at 85 brigades to begin with. Military tech 5, which is not a ton, but it's, you know, it's not nothing either. Anything else happening really in the world? Costa Rica's having a thaw. Mexico. AI Mexico will probably have a better campaign than we did. I'd be very surprised if they end up doing worse. I can't imagine how they could do worse. There we go. We're gonna have like one decent army. I mean, 16 brigades. We'll probably, maybe have to split them up into 2 separate armies depending on how things go. Yeah, you know, split these into 224 stacks. Yeah, this seems pretty decent. We can also mobilize 13 divisions. Our navy is made up of mostly, well, 443, which is not that good. We can also have up some more ships as well. You know, building, actually, no, cancel this. Yes, build 10 of you. Get rid of a handful of those. We'll build a handful of transport ships. We do have one colony over in the New World, which, of course, I will never, ever give up. That is rightful Swedish territory. And you have to pay me a lot of money to say otherwise. And I guess Denmark also has territory down here in Africa. If we can reform the Kalmar Union, we can probably just integrate that colony into our territory as well, which would be really nice. Also, getting basic railroads would also be quite good as well. Again, let's go back to the Kalmar Union. What do we actually need for this? Sweden, Norway does not exist. Or is in a sphere of influence. If Denmark and Norway are fully annexed, you can actually just form the Kalmar Union by yourself. At least that's the way that I'm reading this. I mean, actually, 100 opinion for Denmark and Norway really is not that high. I mean, to get 1 prestige, what's very, very important for us to begin with is that we cannot get occupied and lose all of our prestige. That absolutely cannot, under any circumstance, happen. We need the prestige to get up to 50 to form the Kalmar Union. And be able to project power a little bit more efficiently throughout the world. And also, again, being a great power is also just a lot of fun. Being a great power is one of the most fun things you can obviously do in Victoria, too. We will go for, you know, a shitty cement factory. I mean, cement factories you still kind of need no matter what. And, you know, let's start encouraging you. We cannot. Because there's a lot of unemployed people there. Fair enough. I mean, what's our second most populated province? Actually, Mamlo's are most populated. So, you know, let's put some soldier pops there. Which one? Are you Mamlo? Yeah, you're Mamlo. You're actually the most populated area. Apparently, Stockholm didn't have a lot of people in 1838. Who knew? I didn't. I can tell you that right now. Command system's done. We got prestige gain. Can we get it to the next? We can also get the realism right away. And honestly, I think we want to do this. Again, more prestige gain. 1, it gets us close to the 50 prestige we need for the Kalmar Union. And 2, gets us closer to actually becoming a great power. Both of those are things that we want to do. What are our chances here, by the way? 2%, 4%. Prestige at least 30. I mean, our prestige is quite low. I will admit that. When will you be done? You've done in 1841. Oh, 2.2 prestige. Don't mind if I do. You have 7% chance at this because our plurality is at least 5. We do get penalties, so you want to actually research Romantic arts first, followed by literature, followed by music. We can actually get all 3 of these done. But I mean, getting all 3 is not the most likely to occur. Yeah, is there anybody else you want to be friends with? What about, like, the Americans? -82. I mean, everybody in Europe loves us. No, this is civilization level. Most of the world is, like, meh about us. But, I mean, I'll take meh. That's not so bad. We're at negative 69 with Prussia. Base reluctance, too many alliances, distance, army strength. Well, let's improve relations with the Prussians. We'll also improve relations with the British as well. You're at negative 48. You're also close to saying yes. Having Britain or Prussia on our side will definitely be a good counter to the Russians in the event of a war. I mean, if we can take over Turku, I mean, that seems pretty good. It's worth 9 war score. We get 4 prestige out of that. But of course, we would need Britain or Prussia to actually help us out in that war. I mean, I'm sure Prussia could beat the Russians single-handedly, which would be nice. Really done in 1848. I forget how long early game research is. Like, they seem like they take absolutely eons of research. I mean, this is a... No, it's an 1836 tech. I mean, it's... How expensive is it? I mean, it is 7,000 points. No, it's not. It's actually 10,000 points, which is actually really expensive for an early game tech. But we want that prestige gain. So we can become as powerful as humanly possible. And how long until this is done? Oh, it's going to be done very, very soon. And after that, we can start getting some craftsmen here. Like, as soon as the factory opens, get some craftsmen in there right away. 0.3% of the population. No, 0.03% of the population is not going to be enough to sustain our needs. Because right now, you're worth 0.2. We have 38 points. Right now, first place is the Ottoman, or... I see, are you in the Great Power? No, yeah, you're in 8th place. So we only need like 20 points, and we have more points and can get into Great Power status, which is really nice. And if we're in Great Power status, I usually feel like there's more things you can do. With the Cultural Association. I mean, that seems decent enough. So Norway. Is there anything I can do to annex you? Other than form the Khmer Union? I don't believe so. I would like to 5 prestige from doing, getting our single machine part factory in Stockholm. That'd be good. Norrköping State. Are you Norrköping State? No, you're Stockholm. Nordland, Mamlo. I'm guessing it's just need a military... You need a machine part factory in Stockholm to get that done. I mean, it's $15,000. We now have 1 point with 0.8% of the population currently working in the factory. So I think... What is it? Is it 1% of... It's 1% of workers that count for industry point. Like, that's what actually determines this. By the way, which one did we research? We got art first, which is bad, because now we have no chance of doing this one. 1.2. And it does get cut in half if you were, like, 2nd place or 3rd place. You still have a 2% chance of this. We have no chance of getting you ever again, at least until... Average consciousness is at least 3. Right now it's at 2.54, so that will increase soon. You both get, like, an extra 1% chance. The base percent chance of 2. Negative 2% chance. Empiricism. Empiricism is this upgrade. I'm assuming idealism then is what... The national value is order. So we have the highest literacy. We actually... I'm going to say no. That we probably don't have the highest literacy. Highest literacy probably belongs to a tiny German city-state. Yeah, Bremen, Frankfurt am Main, Hamburg. Denmark has 82%. So, I mean, yeah, it's mostly just random German city-states that got a lot. In terms of actual independent countries, we're not counting any of these German city-states as being real countries. We're like 3rd or 4th. But yeah, it's mostly like these one province minors, they get really high literacy rate. Hello, David 31, Guatemala. Yeah, state capitalism's pretty good. What are our other parties in the country? We've got liberals, which are laissez-faire. The nationalists, which are state capitalists, which is really nice. Rio Grande succeeded from Mexico. Mexico, and they're already doing better because Texas didn't annex the entire state when they fought. Look, you know, good for them. El Salvador is thawing out. 2.2 prestige. We love to see it. So what? We're at 44 points. Like, everyone is so close together. I mean, the Dutch now are 57. Attack Guatemala. Like, Sweden is, I think, too far away from Guatemala to really make any sense whatsoever in attack there. Maybe one day. But not today. Yes, the United States has Texas under their sphere. Is anybody doing anything with us, by the way? I didn't even check. We're friendly with the British, cordial with the Russians. I mean, I wouldn't. Negative 55. Increase relations with the British again. Let's increase relations with the Prussians again. I mean, if we fall under the British influence, that should at least mean that Britain will want to form an alliance with us, and maybe we can use that as a jumping off point to attack Russia. Also, I feel like we need to turn up the game audio. At least make the music a little bit louder for the stream. Also, we're in 8th place for industry tech. Let's go. We're a powerhouse to be reckoned with. You're at war now with China, assuming over the First Opium War. Okay, prestige gain plus 5%. Okay, that seems good for you. Let's go for interchangeable parts so we can actually build a machine part factory in the country. They will not accept, huh? Again, I'm sure once we get under the sphere of influence, we will be fine. Is anybody fighting? Yeah, nobody's actually fighting the Ottoman Empire or Egypt. They're just kind of fighting amongst themselves. We'll see who comes out on top there. Get the Opium War at 0% for everybody. Mexico's at war with Los Atos. Unsurprisingly, that went pretty one-sided for the Mexicans. We have $23,000. So as soon as we have the ability to build a machine part factory, this will be done in October of next year. Let's get a steel mill. 14,000 bucks. It's a little bit expensive, sure, but we should have enough money to build a machine part factory after this is done. Or at least that's kind of my hope. Finland has 4 troops, which is really not enough to do anything with. By the way, tell me, I think now the game's a little bit too loud. Let's turn it back down a little bit. So Norway, I mean, you like us decently enough. Because the only incident against the Dutch. Well, now that's a little bit more of an interesting situation. Who are you allied with? You're allied to the Spanish. If I was to declare war on you, just hypothetically, for like a piece of shit colony like the West Indies or something, it's worth 1... I mean, how many boats do you have? You have 33 ships? I mean, I would want British backing for that. I mean, let's see. What's your best colony? Your best colony is West Java. And I'm assuming that's going to be an expensive claim. Ah, it's only worth 5. It's actually still not that bad. You will not accept. Is anybody friendly with the Dutch? I probably should check that as well. Just the British. Which is not saying too much. We're at 82 influence of the British right now. Our cost of belly expires in probably a year. July of 42. Yeah, we got about a year to push it. So Britain. What if theoretically we were to form an alliance? You're at negative 37. Prove opinion one more time. 25% military tactics. Ukraine War of Independence. France was at war with somebody. Probably in Algeria, if I had to take a guess. You'll be done in October of next year. We can start building a machine part factory very, very soon afterwards. We're at 89. We're at 90%. So we should be able to, taking West Java from the Dutch will probably make our country, I feel like, a lot richer. But I mean, if we become under the sphere of the British Empire, I think all of our tariff income might just immediately disappear, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, to take that land and immediately become a great power as soon as possible. The only part I can tell is that you're saying something about, like, translating in Google. Hey, Britain, you want an alliance? 2.5 prestige, I'll take it. Negative 33. Are you in our sphere? 96. You're so close. You put us in our sphere, that'll usually almost always form an alliance between the two countries, then we attack the Dutch. Again, assuming the British would actually, agree to that. 91.2, 96, 99, 100. 2.5 prestige. We're now in the British sphere. We're in 9th place. Form alliance with Britain right now. Hey, Britain, welcome to the alliance. All your troops, I can notice, are in Ireland. Declare war. Place in the sun. West Java. Britain, would you even join the war? You would accept. So you know what? Declare war on the Dutch and let's take their territory. I mean, Spain's in the war, but I mean, come on now. Like, we'll win this basically no problem, and we can take a nice colony for ourselves. Is this how you're supposed to play, Sweden? Probably not, but it's the way we're playing it. Let's cut down military spending, by the way, to essentially 0, because we don't need to be paying money for the military right now. Kind of stagnate a little bit, but that's fine. And I'm assuming also we're probably not the war leader. That seems unlikely. Okay, here comes the British Navy, going to help out the Norwegians. I think Norway sent all their infantry to, like, a naval invasion of Spain. I don't know why they would do that, but, you know, go off, I guess. I mean, the Dutch are definitely going to die here. We'll see if the Britain also wants to force their own casus belli against the Dutch as well. I mean, we're already at 37 prestige. We're in 10th place. Spain has 100 points. We're at 66. I mean, Spain's definitely going to lose this war against the British. Like, there's no doubt about that. You're going to lose Gibraltar, but that's not really a huge concern of ours. 1.5 free schooling. Hell yeah. I mean, thanks for the prestige. Like, we're actually getting a lot of prestige from this, which is really nice. Wow, end of our territory being occupied. The answer is no. Factory throughput tech's being researched, so now let's go for railroad. Followed up by immediately building ourselves a machine part factory. We can't do that immediately. We need to still wait for computer research. 2% chance per month. Hey, the war's over. And look at that. We've got our own little colony. What a strange situation we find ourselves in now. Well, we've also got some Dutch troops. Well, the basic territory there. Lovely. Seems good. Trading privilege has been questioned. I guess we'll go for more conservatives in the upper house. It really doesn't matter, I think, one way or the other. But thank you, Denmark. Ooh, 5 prestige as well. But thank you, Denmark, for your colony. I, like, greatly appreciate it. A great, great deal. Is there anything else we can do? I mean, we're in 9th place. Spain's at 101 points. We are at... Oh, it's only... Yeah, what's happening? Why is this... Yeah, show me who's the top 8. We're at 83. We're only like 18 points behind the Spanish. Which honestly isn't like a big deal. I mean, Spain will probably end up shitting the bed at some point or another because that's what Spain does. It's historically Spain's main export is just